Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey and this is the old and the new Toyota BZ. This is the 2025 bZ4X and this is the newly updated 2026 BZ. Yes, we've lost the 4X. And there are some substantial updates that you may not be able to see because updates are a little more than skin deep here with this one. We've got a lot of technology updates between the two, exterior and interior updates as well. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything. All right, Gearheads, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I do want to say a huge thank you to Toyota for having me out here to HQ just outside of Dallas, Texas, where we can check out both of these vehicles. And before we dive into the details of what is updated mechanically between each of these, more range, more power, better driving performance, better. This was a substantial update. Let's talk about what you are probably keyboard warrioring out there right now. And let's talk visual differences or similarities. We have the exact same hood on both of these. We've got the gloss black panel on both. But as we move down, the face is the most obvious difference between the two. The older outgoing, we've got the black wheel arches that extend into the grille. We get the air curtains around here and very similar styling between the two, but I think this new 26 version is absolutely where it's at. We've got color matched fenders, wheel arches. It really looks great. It really steps up the overall style and design of this. This is the better looking of the two. I really wanted to like the old style, but I actually do like this new style. So I can say that now, right? Because, well, they've updated it. They've seen all the comments online, and you can see, yes, very clearly a different design on the front. Movement of the headlight placement, just some cosmetic changes, but it absolutely works. It is a much cleaner design. As we come around here to the side of the outgoing model, you can see we do have our charge port door here, but we have the CCS J1772, the old charging standard right here. Moving down, we've got old style wheels. We've got Bridgestone tires here, Turanza tires. Still a nice design, aerodynamic design, but again, wrapped in the gloss metallic black wheel arches here. So that's kind of a cool, interesting touch. And then not much has changed to the overall profile of this one because, again, mid-cycle refresh, you can't do a whole lot. They have reworked what you see on the side here with the taillight module that comes over here. But as we come up to the back, you can see, yes, bZ4X for four-wheel drive. They now offer a front-wheel drive. So there, it's the new one, right? From back here, it practically looks that way. This is an LE model, so it's not the top trim. I guess you could call it the base trim. Coming over here to the 2026 model, looking at it from the profile, especially next to the outgoing model, you can see just from the size of them how much cleaning up these wheel arches, making it body color, really does help the overall design. You can still see we get an aerodynamic wheel design here, but a slightly different look. We have Toyo Open Countries on this one, so we've switched tire brands, but very similar sidewall on both of them. So that is an update there. We also don't have a roof rack. I don't know. I haven't gone into too much detail between the two of them. We don't get the flying buttress like spoiler back here, but we do get this little lip spoiler remaining on the tail. As we move to the very back, again, not much has changed other than where'd my 4X go? That is officially gone. The title of this one is officially the BZ, or if you're in other markets, the bZ, if you will. Another smart change Toyota made was moving the charge port door over to the passenger side front fender, because now you can see we have the NACS, or the Tesla plug, and this allows you to pull in head first to a Tesla charging station with their older, shorter cables and not take up 2 stalls. I can tell you from experience, Tesla people do not like you taking up 2 stalls in your F-150 Lightning. That's a no-go, that's a non-starter. But now, before we hop inside where some further changes were made, let's pause a moment, pop the hoods, and talk about exactly what has been updated here on this 26. All right, now that we've got the hood open on each, no front trunk storage on either, but over here we have the old unit, and to my right, your left, we have the new unit with 25% more range and 50% more power than the outgoing unit, which is very impressive between the two. So we now have an estimated 314 miles of top range on the XLE Front-Wheel-Drive Plus model, and that is up from the 252 of the outgoing we're looking at here. Also increased 50% more power. We now have an astonishing 338 combined horsepower on all-wheel drive models. That is up from 214 horsepower of the outgoing model. So significant changes. We have a bigger battery here, so that helps with the range, but better, more efficient motors as we go from old to new here. Quite impressive upgrades. Let's hop inside because that's where you're going to spend your time. There's a bunch of upgrades in there as well. Talking about interior, I first want to show you where we started. We've got a lot of gloss black on the door panel here. You can see simplistic window controls, but gloss black, so fingerprints, scratches, dust. I can see it all right now, and this is a brand new model. Coming around to the seats, you can see the tweed, twill-like inserts here to the soft text, which is nice. This is the XLE, so it's not the top limited grade. As we come inside and close the door, yes, we've got the Prius tiny steering wheel here. We've got the Prius windshield mounted head unit right here for your driver information center. So it's an interesting viewpoint. This is actually my eye line. I'm 5'10", so I have no real complaints on that over there. And moving to the infotainment unit. So you can see this is the old unit. This vehicle was built in partnership with Subaru. You can see we've got heated front seats in this current model. We've got heated steering wheel in this one, dual zone climate control, but a very basic infotainment system. Again, physical controls here for that. As we move down, more gloss black, lots of gloss black here in this one, lots of plastic, but you get this push down and rotate. You can see we have our backup camera there, push down and rotate for drive, push button for park, a few quick access buttons here and here, one pedal drive, and then underneath this panel we have a single Qi wireless charger and a USB-A interface for CarPlay and Android Auto. Moving down here, we do have some USB-C charging ports. We've got some additional power here. This serves as our glove box. We do not have a glove box in here. We just have a plastic panel underneath the same seating material we have here on our XLE trim. So yes, this see-through panel right here, you can tell if your phone lights up underneath this panel, but out of sight, out of mind here, right? But it's interesting, it works well enough. You've got two cup holders here and a very Subaru-like center console armrest. You have to slide it back to open it up. Nothing has really changed overall headroom. It really is just the dash. Now let's pop over in the 26 to see what all has been upgraded. Moving into the 26, I can already tell you I like it a lot better. The gloss black is gone. We get a shinier but not gloss black material here. Love it, love it, love it. So brand new vehicle. You aren't showing scratches. You aren't showing dust. You aren't showing fingerprints. This is a much better improvement in my honest opinion. As we come around to the seats, you can see we get more of the cloth to the soft text material here. So a different seat design here. This is a trim for trim comparison between the XLE model we just got out of. As we slide into the vehicle, you can see we get the same setup here with the screen way up, but we don't get those wings coming off of it. Again, this is my eye line currently. I would probably lower the wheel just a bit, but same steering wheel, same buttons there. But as we come across here, this is very much stolen from their Lexus brand of vehicles. I'm going to turn fan speed down just a little bit, but this, yes, 100% came out of a Lexus. So you have essentially 12.3 inches of screen here, but a 14-inch screen overall, because all of your HVAC controls are now controlled here on the screen. Dual zone climate, you can go into your climate, you can go into some quick access functions here from your driver and convenience, your safety, things like that. It is a Lexus unit, I like that. You do still have heated front seats in both with an auto mode for that, and the steering wheel, you have a single volume knob. I don't believe we had a volume knob on the last one. I drove it over to where we're filming and had to turn the volume down with the steering wheel. So I like this system a lot better. Lexus has got it figured out. Nice to see it trickle down into a Toyota. As we move down further, love, love, love the upgrades here. No more gloss black. We get this up-level plastic material here, the same repeat of what we saw on the door, but dual side-by-side Qi wireless chargers. That's an improvement. I really like that a lot. I can say when we were driving, the only glare I got from this area, you can see just how pasty white I am, I'm glowing in the sunlight, was from my own cell phone reflecting back at me. So yes, that is a little bit of a concern if you have your phone charging right here, though you don't have to, because we do have, again, USB-C charging down here in this pass-through. Just like on the last one, we get the same controls, just moved further back. I feel like this is a more convenient placement for it. My hand just naturally lands on it right there. You can see we get 360 cameras on this one, and the Lexus backup noises. So not only did they steal the Lexus head unit, but this sounds like a Lexus, and 360 cameras, which is a nice upgrade. Coming down here, we have more drive modes. We actually have X mode in this one. That is stolen straight from Subaru, but we do have that hit there. A few quick access buttons. Still no glove box. I know y'all talked about that. We're wondering, this is a mid-cycle refresh. To be able to get a glove box, to get storage where there was not storage before, takes a major mechanical reworking. That's not what we have here. We have a mid-cycle refresh, so still no glove box. Your storage is going to be under here, but it is mostly out of sight, out of mind. The center cup holders are much lower set down here, and then we get a very Lexus-like dual opening, butterfly opening center console. So while the last one was very Subaru, this one is very Lexus. So they are leaning into their Lexus design roots here and making this Toyota BZ more Lexus and less Subaru on a platform that is, of course, shared with the Subaru Solterra. All right, gearheads, Eric is back out from behind the camera. We now have 3 cameras mounted up here to show you our driving experience. Again, 25% increase in range, which is huge.
Yep.
Being an EV in Texas, that range number needs to start with a 3. So they increased the battery size a little on this. They improved the efficiency of the electric motors, which results in a 50% increase in power.
It's noticeable too.
Yes, which we will see as soon as we get off of Toyota grounds, hallowed grounds here at Toyota HQ in Plano. We've already taken one around that was a limited, top trim limited, which I'm lamenting not having right now. We don't have the ventilated seats.
Yeah.
But getting in this bZ, it's a good vehicle. I never really lamented the driving characteristics of the old one. It was underpowered, but it was comfortable. EVs, long wheelbase, comfortable.
Yep.
Low center of gravity equals comfortable. Added weight from the fact that you have a lithium-ion battery underneath you makes it comfortable. But what you really want in the new one is instantaneous power. You never could have gotten thrown back
way better
in your seat without the upgrades.
Yep.
What we get here in the 2026. My goodness.
When
Got me all
your EV,
choked up. I'm choked
when
up.
your EV doesn't do the one party trick the EVs are known for, which is straight line initial punch, then like, what are you buying it for?
Yeah, we're coming up on exactly why you would want that. A stale green light. It's going to turn yellow on you right as you get to it, and then you're like, go. What do I do? The old one, you step on it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't do the EV thing. It doesn't punch out of the line.
This one will make the tires scream.
Yes.
If you are a 0 to 60 or 0 to the legal speed limit.
Yes. So this does the EV thing. It still has...
Hey, it settles better than the Blazer.
Yes, it does.
EV.
It actually settles. The Blazer EV just keeps rocking you to sleep. But yes, this still has some annoying quirks. The screen is the biggest of which. You looking over my shoulder probably cannot see it. I can see it just fine. I joke, I'm 5'10". This vehicle was built for me. I'm average in every way, shape, or form, so every vehicle is built for me. I set myself up for that one. But the overall experience in here, what you are going to experience as a driver or passenger up front here is much better. Being able to wirelessly charge your phone, having it sit right here where you can see it, the gear selector being right at your fingertips, everything is just reworked. It's the Toyota way. Constant small
leaning into Lexus.
Yes, and stealing from Lexus instead of stealing from Subaru, I think was a big punch up when it came to it. Gone is the glass roof, the standard glass roof that I believe was in the old bZ4X. Now we actually can get a solid roof. You can still get a glass roof. The Limited we drove earlier today had that, but this is better, I think, for lots of reasons.
And we were both just in a bZ4X. And this new BZ as a comparison just in the parking lot. And I would, being in Texas, it doesn't have great insulation on the fabric cover on the bZ4X sunroof, and it's not well UV tinted. And I mean, you can feel it. It's like you're under a heat lamp. So in exchange for being as similar, as close trim for trim, year for year as we can get, giving up this in exchange for new this, new that, new these, less piano black, better rearrangement of the controls.
25% more range, 50% more power.
Delete the sunroof, give me this.
All day,
and just keep it a similar price as possible, because I mean, if this is like the value trim to me, because it's got everything you want, but nothing that you don't have to have. I would like ventilated seats, but the reality is this is more of the every person's trim.
And having spent time in both now, back to back, this is the one to get. I'm sorry for any of you who had just purchased one.
Is this a real console design?
It is a Lexus.
Come on.
A Lexus butterfly opening console. So again, stealing from Lexus. Sorry if you just bought one. Hopefully you leased it, because you are going to be trading up for sure, going to the BZ from the bZ4X. Not only is the name simpler, everyone called it the BZ anyway, but it's just a better everything in here.
This is one of those reworks that works. It looks mild on pictures, like, oh, they didn't change much. Drive them. Drive them back to back, and you will immediately go from the BZ to the bZ4X. You're going to be like, I don't like this. Immediately, this is a downgrade for going from the new to the old. Like, it's substantial. The touch points, the amenities, the way it's laid out, the screens, the drive, the efficiency, the range, the total package, trim for trim, it's a major improvement without a huge R&D cost, because they were able to carry over some stuff to save some money.
When I read 50% power increase, I was like, that's a typo, right? That by itself, huge win. 25% range improvement, again, thought was a typo. Immediate game changer, and then all the small touches everywhere else. I wish they would have reworked the steering wheel screen situation. We just don't have that here.
If that's what it takes to keep the price from going up $5 grand for the single trim, then deal with it. You're living in the future, right?
So small annoyances still remain, but the overall package, again, Kaizen, small continuous improvements, it works here.
If you were window shopping that 4X and was like on the fence, it's probably time to buy this one. Like, if that was your car, but you just wish it had a little bit more sauce to it, this is probably the one. And me and Corey compared GVWR on the door jamb sticker. This is pre-production, so I don't know if it's 100% accurate. If it is, then they didn't just jam a ton more battery under here. They added battery and improved the power units, both to give you all the added benefits.
Well, we saw under the hoods just the difference in the design, and the
it's definitely a different.
Was huge for them.
It's 100% not the exact same power unit under the hood.
So what we learned here is Toyota went from
budget.
honestly not competitive in my eyes. I'm sorry. Truth be told, the bZ4X was not a competitive vehicle.
And the Subaru Solterra Twin.
And the Lexus Twin. The Lexus had style on its side, but I'm sorry, they just were not competitive. This is now a competitive product. I can legitimately say, yes, cross-shop this against Hyundais, against Chevys, against Teslas. There's a lot to like here. And on that note, if you do want to see more from us, while we have been here at Toyota HQ, there is a lot of Toyota content coming. Hit the subscribe button down below, ring the bell so you're notified when future videos drop. Find us on all social media channels at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for Eric and I from Toyota HQ and the 2026 Toyota BZ, don't call it 4X. Until next time, gearheads. Bye. Bye.
Later, Gator.
That's going in.
Hello, Austin.